So you got the Flex 2 system, pulsing NCVs running on your front line. You've opted for the second row nozzle bodies, the back line with boom recirc. And these taps give you the ability to run a Flex system or your 7-section spray option. So if you do have any issues with your Raven side, like your Flex 2, you can switch it over. So you'll turn all these taps off. So you obviously have purge to the ground, returning back.
So that's how you turn it over to the back nozzles, is it?
Yeah, so you have to wind the back nozzles out, obviously, to open the back nozzle. And then you put the tip at the back, or you run 2 lines of tips or whatever you want to do. So off, on, every one. So it's loose at the top. When you want to shut it off, firm at the bottom. Recirc, 7-section machine shut off. If you have these on recirc, it'll still work, but your sections won't turn off as a 7-section machine. There's a setting in the cab we'll go through later, but you've got recirc, 7 sections, purge to ground. Obviously with recirc you can run your prime function. So if you've cleaned a boom out, get to the paddock and you want chemicals straight all the way out of the boom, you prime it, so you just hit recirc on the screen. It'll run chemical through your boom, end up having this charged up with your mixed product. You can also freshwater flush back to the tank. How are you, bud? Good. So yeah, that's obviously this option here. Now that's been set up for every section. We've had to make some adjustments to the boom plumbing to compensate for that. This is obviously the same on every single one, like what we just went through. And then if you work your way down the boom, you'll get to the next tap, next tap, next tap. Do you want me to show you where they all are? Or you
sort of... I can find them. It's no different to the Hardy section.
Yeah, okay. So like there.
7 of them?
Yeah, 7-section machine. Yep. So there'll be 14 taps, I should say. One at the end of every section. Horn, wipers, squirters, obviously light switch, memory 1, memory 2, hazards.
What's this one?
That's lights on, work lights. So hit that. So that's your work lights. Then you have memory 1, memory 2. So depending on which set of lights you want to configure on your screen, you can pre-customise.
Same as the
Quad-track, yep. So you just hit the light switch again, the left one. Top one, yep. Let's turn that off. And then you got the hazard lights, beacon. Yep. 2-way. Now, that 2-way, we've put that so that we don't go punching holes in anything. If you want it moved, you let us know where you want it to be put or move it yourself. There's heaps of cable in that post. Boom, tilt up, tilt down, main boom fold in and out. Main lift up and down. Speed 1, speed 2, which we'll go through. Auto steering gauge, that's master switch on. That's not gear ranges.
Ah, I was wondering where that was. So that's to turn your master switch on.
Yep, so that's obviously your pump on button is here or on the screen.
I was wondering where that was.
Yep, so that's pump on or pump on. Yep.
Can you do it any time?
Whenever you want, yep. Pump on, drive to the paddock, priming the booms, whatever you want to have happen, which we'll go through, and then get to the paddock, flick that, it'll automatically turn recirc off and start spraying.
After these, your fence nozzles?
Fence nozzles, yep. You can put them on the screen as well, but that's the place that they've got them. You can have them configured to these buttons. This is the next stage of boom folds. So these are the main pivots. These are the second stage. Obviously you've got 2 folds. You've got the main one off the chassis and then the one out.
Can we just do it automatically anyway?
Yep, and there's your auto fold button. So if you don't want to use auto fold and you just want to pull the outer wings in to spray a little area, you pull them in.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean? So you've got both ways. You can go auto or manual. So that's
outer, up and down?
No, outer, out and in.
Outer, in, out and in.
Yep.
Left and right, and that's main, out and in.
Yep, and then that's tilt up, tilt down, and that's main lift. So you got the tank, the wheel, and the main power lift.
At the moment, I would go all the way up, then just go auto, and it folds in.
Nah, you don't have to go all the way up. You just hit auto.
But if I was folding it up?
Nah, auto will do the whole circuit from in to out. You don't have to touch any other buttons.
And up and down?
Yep.
Oh.
And you can preset the auto fold out position to be like 2 meters off the ground, and then when you engage auto height, then it will drop down to your 80 or your 40 or whatever you want to run at. Reason being is if you're going to back up to a fence line and you want to unfold, you can unfold above the fence line, and then obviously once you get away from the fence line, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But we'll go through all that in a little while. And then obviously you've got your axle out and in buttons there, and then the tick, which is axle confirmed, because you've also got a preset axle spacing that you can run with. So you hit that button, change to primary display, it will then drop it off this screen, bring it up on this screen. So if you were to imagine, all of these tabs are like an implement on the back of your tractor. Does that make sense? So you've got like a Magnum with a Hardy and a Hardy and a Hardy and a Hardy, and there'll be one responsible for auto guidance, spraying, and rate control, and then auto height. So you know how you had the NORAC screen? And yep, right. That's actually probably going to be helpful for this because you'll understand a bit easier. Focusing on this screen, this is run screen 1, universal terminal. Run screen 2 is very basic inputs that I've done. If you want to change it, you can change it. I've tried to make this as user-friendly as you can be. Sparge pressure, pump on and off.
Just remind me what sparge is again?
Agitation.
Agitation.
Yep. So agitation, pump on, NCV duty cycle average, NCV duty cycle max and minimum. If you want to read them, boom height, what the boom's running at, auto boom engage, and status. In M, it's not active. It's obviously manual, and A is automatic. Kick it in the guts. Probably get the revs up to about 1400 or higher. Let it go. No, you gotta hold it all the way. Okay, so we're gonna
Pre-tell it.
Yep. So currently it's got 900 litres. So you see edit, that's how you add if you want to add outside. This will give you sparge pressure and your active running while you're using it, right? So we're going to stay with there. Now, do you want to just quickly turn the wheel to the right a little bit, mate? So we're going this one first, yep.
I'll put some stuff in there too so we can simulate.
Do you want to
I'll put it there for the time being.
Yeah, right, we'll do one function at a time until you get used to it, but. So, we've got the pump to fill. Obviously, we'll turn that valve on in a second, but what we're going to go through is this. So now we've brought that screen down here to this UT, so obviously that runs on 3 different screens. When we're filling,
Lights?
yeah, they'll stop your propulsion and boom fold. And it'll allow you to use all these functions.
So you've got to put light on all the time?
Yep, safety feature. Yep. This switch goes from automatic to manual mode for the high pro pump when it's requested. So when it says turn pump on, when it says turn pump off. So automatic means automatic pump control, which is up in the cab. Manual means it's running, not running.
So basically it's like on off.
Yeah. So if we're gonna imitate filling from an external pump, right, not with the product pump, it's just the easiest to go through. Tank filling external.
Sorry. So this is when I'm using my pump to feed it up.
Yeah, it's just the easiest one to go through and it's the quickest and simplest. Tank filling external pump, right? Now we've set you up with this one. This is obviously going to be when you clean it all at the end, but
Yep, in there.
if you would imagine you put that in there, turn that on, that's going to supply fresh water straight from your flush tank to here. And then you can obviously turn that on and run fresh water through that system.
Put it facing that way?
Yeah, so it can go to tank, or if you went the other way, you'll spray fresh water in here. Revs. Now we should be able to... That purge, right.
I'll stand down. Something to go up.
Now let's just stop this for a sec.
Yep.
That's how you fill the flush tank. If you want to run water in the main tank as well, and eventually go through the flow meter, when you open this, it'll allow it to go into the main tank. So that just pushes it to flush.
Yep.
If you don't want it to go into flush, you turn that off. If you want it to only go this way, right? So we're going to go fill in the flush tank.
So that's for the flush tank, yeah?
Yep. Now it's going to be pushing into the main tank as well. Yep.
Can you do it when it's just the main tank only?
Yep. Turn that off. Yep. But you won't use that function on here. So right now we're pushing into the flush tank still, right?
You turned it off there though.
No, it's still on at the moment. Right, let's pretend we're just filling the flush tank. Okay. Forget about that for now. Is the process completed? Turn the valve off. Turn the valve off. Unhook, right, which you would.